Now, after losing its strongholds to the African Union peacekeeping force, the al-Shabaab militants, according to security analysts, now want to divert attention by trying to drive a wedge between Muslims and Christians in Kenya. But experts in conflict resolution also believe that the al-Shabaab might not succeed in establishing a caliphate in Somalia because there's a lot of evidence of them killing fellow Muslims. Patrick Amimo has more.
In October this year, the African Union peacekeeping force smoked out al-Shabaab militants from their last stronghold in Barawe, a port town in the southeastern Lower Shabelle region of Somalia. This came after the militants were driven out of the seaports of Mogadishu and Kismayo. The capture of the seaports towns has crippled al-Shabaab's financial muscle. However, some militants retreated to the hinterland, from where they have occasionally launched hit-and-run attacks. Al-Shabaab's recent massacre of 64 Kenyans in Mandera County, based on religion, has been strongly condemned by the Kenyan Christian community and international community.
It is not a religious battle, but it is terrorism hiding in religion.
Al-Shabaab has been advocating for political Islam by claiming to revive the issue of Islam among societies and populations who define themselves as Muslims. The militants have enforced observance of Sharia law in areas under their control. The militants have pushed for Islamic societies through a radical and violent political Islam. Could Al-Shabaab be pushing for an Islamic caliphate in Somalia?
It has sunk to Al-Shabaab that they will never establish a caliphate in this part of the world. One is because of the way they've been dealing with the Somalis themselves. Al-Shabaab has been killing Somalis.
Late last month, when members of the Somali Islamist group hijacked a Nairobi-bound bus in Mandera and killed 28 passengers, the militants claimed passengers were executed to protest the government's decision to send troops to Somalia under AMISOM, as well as alleged closure of mosques in Mombasa County.
I think the imams need to be a little bit more vocal and to speak out so that they will be able to let the non-Muslims know that this is not a religious battle. You cannot stand in the middle. They've got to come out, either go to the intelligence and pass this information to the intelligence, because if they don't and the terrorists keep on increasing, once they are done with their target, they will go back and hit on them.
Kenyan soldiers that are on the other side of the border in Somalia have got to be also patrolling these areas. Why is it that the al-Shabaab militia group would come in and go back to the other side, which supposedly being liberated or have been liberated by KDF and the Somalian National Army? There is something wrong in this regard.
In the past, the militants have sneaked through the Kenyan border and killed Kenyans indiscriminately, religious creed notwithstanding.
Hizo vifo zimefanyika huko Mandera, zikawatisha. Si inatisha tu watu ambao si Waislamu peke yao. Inatisha hata sisi wenyewe Waislamu. Vijana wetu pia walikufa hapo. Kuna home guards wetu walikufa last year, watisa hapo. Magari zetu za miraa kila siku zinahijackiwa in the same place.
On the surface, it might appear like those who process the Muslim faith are safer from al-Shabaab attacks than other people. But as analysts say, this may be a mere part of the al-Shabaab propaganda approach in Kenya. This is because in countries like Iraq, Syria and Afghanistan, terrorists are killing Muslims almost every day. So in truth, the terrorist agenda may have very little to do with Islam as a religion. Patrick Amimo, KTN.